In a crime-ridden, unnamed city plagued by violence and corruption, Detective Lieutenant William Somerset, a seasoned and disillusioned investigator, is just 1 week away from retirement. He is reluctantly paired with David Mills, a hot-headed and idealistic young detective who recently moved to the city with his wife Tracy. On Monday, the two detectives investigate a gruesome murder, an obese man forced to eat until his stomach ruptured. Somerset, sensing the severity of the case, requests reassignment, but his request is denied. The following day, another victim is discovered, a man forced to carve a pound of flesh from his own body, marking greed. Somerset returns to the crime scene of the obese man and finds the word gluttony scrawled on the wall behind the refrigerator. Clues from the greed crime scene lead the detectives to the next victim, a drug-dealing pedophile found emaciated and restrained to a bed for an entire year. The crime is marked as sloth. Somerset begins to theorize that the murders are inspired by the 7 deadly sins. Later, Tracy confides in Somerset, revealing her deep unhappiness with the city and her struggles with a secret pregnancy. Fearing the city's impact on a child's upbringing, she seeks Somerset's advice. He shares his own regret over persuading a former girlfriend to have an abortion and advises her to tell Mills only if she decides to keep the baby. Somerset contacts an FBI agent to discreetly search library records, identifying individuals who have borrowed books on the 7 deadly sins. This leads them to the apartment of the killer, known only as John Doe. A tense encounter ensues when Doe unexpectedly returns home, fleeing after a chase and leaving Mills injured. Searching the apartment, the detectives uncover Doe's extensive journals, photographs of his victims, and surveillance images of Somerset and Mills. Doe later calls, taunting Mills and expressing admiration for him. The next murders escalate the horror. The lust victim, a prostitute, is killed in a brutal assault using a bladed weapon designed by Doe and forced upon another man at gunpoint. The pride victim, a disfigured model, is given the choice between living without her beauty or ending her life. She chooses the latter. On Sunday, Doe shocks the detectives by surrendering himself at the police station, covered in blood. He offers a deal. He will confess to all the murders if Somerset and Mills escort him to an undisclosed location to find the final 2 victims, Envy and Wrath. During the tense drive, Doe claims his actions are divinely inspired, designed to force society to confront its sins. The trio arrives at the remote location outside of the city, where a delivery van appears. Somerset intercepts the package and discovers its horrifying contents: Tracy's severed head. Doe confesses he killed Tracy because he envied Mills's life, making himself the embodiment of envy. He then taunts Mills with the revelation that Tracy was pregnant, provoking Mills into embodying wrath. Despite Somerset's desperate attempts to stop him, Mills succumbs to his rage and shoots Doe, completing Doe's twisted plan. As Mills is taken away in shock, Somerset reflects on the events. In a voiceover, he recites Ernest Hemingway, "The world is a fine place and worth fighting for. I agree with the second part."